Hong Yen, are you here? Muhammad Amar, two people have not signed in yet for attendance. Lee Hong Yen and Muhammad Amar. Lee, are you Lee Hong Yen? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Hong Yen. Your Hong Yen, is it?
Yes.
Sign in your attendance, please. Go to the spectrum. The other one is Amar. Okay, 369, 18 here. Okay, I think today is class full attendance, so there should be 25 of you. Right. So this section, this part, this last hour, I'm going to go over with you your progress report and presentation guidelines. I will put it on PowerPoint. I have put it on PowerPoint slides so that you can see very clearly. And but once the guidelines, Dr. Yu has not uploaded the guidelines yet. I think once he has uploaded it, it should be by tomorrow. Definitely by this week lah. So you can refer to it again together as a group, study carefully and see how you're going to write your progress report. Yeah. So follow the guidelines closely. Okay. Okay. I'm going to share my slide now. Yeah. Okay, you can see my screen, my slides. We're going to talk about progress report, your progress report, how you're going to write your progress report, referring to the guidelines that Dr. Yeo will be putting up in Spectrum. And this is the handout that will appear on Spectrum, but it's not up yet. It's called Presentation and Progress Report Guidelines, SEM 1 2020-2021. Okay. Once it's up, please download it and refer to it. It's guidelines for both for presentation and your writing of a progress report. I will talk about progress report here first, then after that we will talk about the presentation. Okay, so very quickly, by the way, is Amar here? Muhammad Amar, are you here? Ina. Okay, progress report guidelines. Your submission, your progress report is to be submitted in week 11. Just soft copy on Spectrum in the Turnitin report. Okay, it will be set up for you to submit into Turnitin. Weightage is 20%. Okay, right. The purpose of the report is to inform your project supervisor. I am your project supervisor. I'm not the primary audience. I'm your project supervisor. I'm supposed to supervise your project, but I'm not there to observe what is going on or what has been done so far or what progress you have made or what problems and challenges you are facing in carrying out this project. So that's why you need to report it in your progress report. As the project is going on, it has not completed yet, you have not completed yet, but you report on the progress, how much has been done. So basically, it's this. The report is to explain how much of work has been done, what type of work has been done, whether it's your survey, your interview, whether you've collected your data, or whether you've analyzed your data, and so on. Or whether you have written your background, you've done your background reading or not. All this should be reported in your progress report. It will show you step by step how to go about writing it. How much is done by a particular date, who has done what, how well and how close the entire job is to being completed. Because you have not completed yet, right, your project. In fact, some of you, I hope you have at least started it by getting your questionnaire ready, or at least you have already drafted your questionnaire. Yeah. Okay, so based on, by the way, it should be at least 3 pages in length. Definitely it will go more than 3 pages, right? Definitely. Because later on they'll show you your content, what you need to fill in, what you need to write about. Then you will know it says at least 3 pages, but it doesn't include charts, graphs, tables, reference lists, and appendices. All these will be part of your progress report. Yeah. So your 3 pages does not include this. So let's look at the content. Now, this is the content of your progress report. Your progress report must be written based under these sections. Altogether, 9 sections. There should be 9 sections. Section 1 is introduction. Section 2 is about data collection. Section 3, you're going to write about work allocation. Section 4, about work completed. Section 5, you're going to write about work scheduled. Section 6 is the challenges and projections you face in your project. Section 7 is early results. Section 8, references. Section 9, appendices. Okay, right, we're going to go through it one by one. All right, now under introduction, it must cover these 4 areas: the statement of the problem, background to the problem, main causes and consequences of the problem or the issue that you are investigating, whether it is social media addiction or what, stress management, right? Something like that, right? Of the problem. Now, this one you should be familiar already because you have already covered it in your plan of research. But your plan of research is just a plan, so you refer to your plan of research and expand further, right? When you write it in your progress report, right? But you can refer to what you've written for your plan of research, So, in fact, data collection and work allocation, these 2 is also part of a plan of research. But I will still go through it with you one by one, yeah? Okay, so, okay, introduction. We talk about statement of problem first. Statement of problem, as you know, is like what was mentioned earlier, is 1 paragraph will do, just 1 paragraph to describe your problem. To tell your reader so that when your reader reads, will know what problem you are investigating or studying. In other words, it answers the question, what is the problem, right? Why are you doing this research? Why are you addressing this problem? Who are affected by the problem? How will it be that one? It answers some of the questions to what, why, how, and so on. But 1 paragraph will do. It's just a statement. That means it's a few sentences describing your problem. Okay. Now, this is an example from one of the past year work, right? But the topic is on waste management, right? So this is how, just in 1 paragraph will do. It answers the question, what, why, who are affected, right? For example, solid waste is one of the 3 major environmental problems in Malaysia. It is also a serious concern in the University of Malaya. So answers the question, what is the problem? It's about solid waste, right? Which is an environmental problem. With a growing number of universities, the population of each campus is significant and generate waste that causes adverse impact to the environment. So why you need to study it, right? Because it causes adverse impact to the environment in the campus included. And then it went on to describe, it means you're actually talking and describing about the problem before you even go further. Plastic or paper waste at the roadside and drains clogged up with rubbish definitely indicate that solid waste is a major environmental problem in the campus. Again, it's describing the problem. What is the problem all about? So a little bit more detail is about plastic, paper waste, clogging up, rubbish clogging up the drains and so on. Students of UM do not, then it mentioned, describe who are being affected. In your case, all of you will be students of UM, right? Who do not have the awareness. This is more students of UM in general. But in your case, it will be more like it's a specific group, target group, like students with, what do you call it? Who are socially addicted to social media. And so on. But you can just mention that it is students of UM that you are studying, right? And so on. So in just 1 paragraph, describe your problem. So that will be a statement of problem. Okay. And the next one you go to is the background to the problem. This also you have done, right, in your plan of research where you do some reading, isn't it? But in Your progress report, you have to write a little bit more because you need to have 3 to 5 paragraphs with at least 5 sources of reference. Okay. Reference refer to what has been researched and said about this issue in Malaysia or other countries. Okay. So you are familiar with doing this, isn't it? How to write background to the problem. Okay, you find out at least 5 sources. 5 is enough really, at least 5 sources, 3 to 5 paragraphs. Okay. Of the issue that you are studying. For example, you're studying stress management for students in UM. Okay? So you read up other researchers and other studies that have been done on student stress in other situations, in other universities, in Malaysia, in other countries, or even just stress of students in general. Yeah. Stress management in general, right? Anything that is related to your topic, but not exactly your topic because you are studying specifically on this. You may even refer to maybe a previous study has been done on this. You can even refer to that, right? But in your case, you also have your raw data to collect and so on. Okay, so 3 to 5 paragraphs, and of course with proper citation, list in the references using APA style, right? So remember your in-text citation and reference all has to be documented. All your sources that you refer to have to be properly documented here. Yeah. So this is an example. Background to the problem is the topic is undermotivated staff, but this is not a passive student. This is taken from somewhere else. So can you see all the references that is made? So remember all this in-text citation. As an example, this is how it's written. This is talking about motivation now. So the readings have done motivation. So you refer to whoever you're referring to according to so and so. Motivation is a human psychological characteristic and so on. So all these are paraphrased and written. There's no direct quotation here. So these are all paraphrased and summaries now of your readings. But you can see the sources. Please indicate your sources. You can indicate it as a paragraph at the end of your statement, right? The author, if it's more than one, and the date of publication, right? Another one, praise, positive feedback, money in absence of punishment are examples of extrinsic reward. So another source here, right? And then another source here. So at least 5 sources. Or you can say in this way, you can put the author's name in front as part of the sentence. Kreisman in 2002 argues that the most valuable asset of any institution is a well-motivated and stable workforce. Still talking about motivation and staff, right? And then another source here. Kovac 1987 cites that as employees' income changes, money cease to be motivational factor. So these are just information taken from, you can say Kovac cites that, or Kovac says that, or Kovac reported that, or Kreisman showed that, right? So you can say in this way. So these are examples of how you can mention the author's name within the sentence itself. Otherwise, you just write out the sentence in your own words, the information, and then put the author's name and the date of publication in bracket at the end of the sentence. Or you can write like this, according to so and so in bracket, and then mention what is stated in this person's article. But these are all paraphrased or summaries, rewritten your own words. So this is how your background to the problem should be. At least 5 sources of references. At least 3 to 5 paragraphs. No less than 3, no more than 5 paragraphs. Okay, background. So it's definitely expanding on what you have done for your plan of research. Plan of research, I think you just refer to one reference to this, and one source. So here at least 5 sources. Yeah, 5 or more. But I think you just keep it as 5 is good enough. Yeah. All right. Then the other section of your introduction is the main courses. Here is also through your readings, right? Provide information on possible causes or reasons for the problem. 3 to 5 again, 3 to 5 courses with adequate references. These courses also you can get your information from your reading. So that's why you have to have adequate references from your reading. Again, list in the reference and the in-text citation. Okay, this is an example. This is an issue on students skipping breakfast. So the main courses under this section, you can list your courses in this way, right? And then write a short paragraph and describe the causes why students skip their breakfast. Okay. Here there is no what do you call it? References made. You should have references, citing of references, where's the source that you get some of this information. Okay, same thing for consequences also. Provide information on possible consequence if the problem is not solved. Again, 3 to 5 consequences with adequate references. So this is an example. Consequences of skipping breakfast. Give 3 to 5 consequences are the result of skipping breakfast. Here you can see references are made. What happens if people skip breakfast, students skip breakfast. So these are all the information. Another reference here, another reference source here, reference source here. So most of these causes and consequences is information you obtain from readings, from your readings. So you must make references to the sources, cite them. Okay, so that covers your introduction. Introduction. So the next section will be data collection. This also you have done briefly in your plan of research. Now remember, your data collection is your primary data. Only 2 methods used: survey and interview. So you describe how you collect the data, right? Under survey, these are what you should mention. Give information on who are your target participants or how many participants. Justifications means why do you choose survey. So here you can cite the reasons why survey is easy to use or can reach a wider audience, right? You can get more a broader base of data, right, and so on. You refer to Dr. Yo's slide cast on technical research under survey. Then you can see all those points mentioned there. You can include that in your justification. It means just justify why you want to use survey. So give all the reasons why survey is a good form of collecting data. Some justification here. And procedure means how you carry out. Now please do not write all your survey questions here. This is not the place for you to write out your questionnaire or to attach your questionnaire here. Not here. Questionnaire questions and so on, survey questions, it should appear in the appendix, not in this section. Okay. Same thing for interview, right? Describe your method that's used. Just 1 paragraph for each, right? Who are your target participants? How many participants? And justification for using interview. Again, refer to Dr. Yo's slide, right? Why interviews are good. You can get more in-depth information. You can what do you call it exactly? You can what's the word for it? Adapt your questions, right, to get more richer data, right, and then procedure on how you carry it out. Did you carry it out through like survey will be online survey using Google Docs and so on, and Google Forms, and then the interview, how did you carry it out? Describe briefly what you did. Okay, this is an example of the one done on waste management. This is how it was described: interview and online. Okay, so an interview refers to one or more. That no need to define. We interview students. There you mentioned interview from university student to get more information. This is a justification to get more information, although it's not so sufficient here. Who are your target participants? Mention them. Where are they from? And then how you conducted a face-to-face interview. In your case, it won't be face-to-face, no, right? It will be either through. They can use through Skype. Through what else can you use? Online. Online interviews, and face-to-face, but it's online, right? Virtual interviews. And we record that, and if you've done recording, so you recorded their answers. These are all the procedures, right? And same thing for survey, right? Because it's easier to use. This is the justification, and a few other justifications. You can list it here. For survey, who are your participants? How did you do it? Your procedure. We created Google Docs and so on. Okay, and then we send out to social media, and so on. So describe very briefly how are your data collected. So on, right? It's to describe how did you collect your data. So it's through interview and survey. Okay, so remember, don't type out your interview questions here or your survey questions here. Those questions will appear only in your appendix. Okay. All right, next one is work allocation. This also you have done for your plan of research, how you allocate the work among your members. But here you have to be more specific and more detailed compared to your plan of research, right? Because here you're actually carrying out you're referring to the work allocation given to your members in carrying out the entire research. That means including the conducting interview, conducting survey, writing of the different parts of the report, analyzing results, and so on. So example, you can do it this way, like work allocation. You can put up a table and can write in point form like this. This will be good because the responsibility, this one is more important now. What are your responsibilities? The role, okay, you can indicate who is the team leader and the rest are members, right? The names of your members. And then write out, describe what each is entitled, each is required to do. Because it's good also for your members to refer to this, right? As a guideline to know what they are responsible for, what they're expected to do for a project, to make sure that everybody has, the work is fairly distributed, right? And that everybody has a role to play in this project. Yeah. So with that, we go on to this is something new. Number 4, section 4, work completed, is where you show how much work or what work you have already done from week 5 to week 10. Because week 10 you are presenting already. So from supposed to have started in week 5 right? Your technical research. Even then you from week 5 to week 10, what have you done so far? You show this in a timeline Gantt chart like this, right? Where you list out the task. Don't copy this word for word, but you can use this as a guide, right? Remember, these are all past year's work. If you take word for word, it will show up in your Turnitin because your senior's work is also in the Turnitin report. Okay, so rewrite this, or you can use your own topic, your own description of the task that you've done. For example, choosing the topic and so on. Right? In week 5, what do you complete? In week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9. For you, it's up to week 10. So you need to add one more column here, week 10. What have you all completed? Okay, and not just the Gantt chart alone, but with a paragraph to describe, right? Each week, a short description on what has been done. Week 6, what has been done. Week 7, what has been done. Week 8, week 9, week 10. Just a short description to accompany your table. Okay, so please remember that in any report, any kind of visual, these are visuals that you're using a table, a graph, a chart here. Any kind of visual that is shown must be accompanied by description or explanation of what is being shown. Don't expect the reader to read and let the reader try to guess and understand what you are showing here. You must explain it, right? In a short description or short paragraphs, right? Referring to this figure here. So same thing for section 5, work schedule. Now, just now you described work completed from week 5 to week 10. Week 10, you do your presentation, right? But your project is not over yet, no, right? So your project has to last until week 14, right? So week schedule is from you show what are your planning to do from week 11 to 14. Now, this is when you do your proposal, where you write your proposal, you prepare your proposal, and then finally submit your proposal in your final week 14. So you show again, here you start with week 11, because week 10 will be in the previous section. Week 11, 12, 13, 14. What is to be done here? Okay. Same thing, come with description. Week 10, what you plan to do. This is week 11, what you plan to do. Week 12, what you plan to do. Describe what is in the graph here. Week 13, week 14. Okay. In fact, your data collection may not be totally completed yet, right? By week 10, maybe your interview you have not completed, you have not conducted yet. You can still do so here, right? And then finally come up with your proposal writing. Yeah. So again, please don't follow word for word. You can describe your task in your own way, or you describe your own task. What is exactly you all are doing in this project to finally come up with the proposal. Okay. Section 6 is on challenges and projections. Challenges simply means write down what problems you have faced in conducting the research from week 5 to week 10, and not just mention your problem, but how you overcame them. Projections are what problems you expect that might occur from in week 11 to week 14 and how you plan to overcome them. This is about issues and problems that you have faced and you may face, right, in the coming weeks. So this is only up to week 10, but don't just describe your problem, but describe how you overcame your problems. For example, one your problem may be meeting online or something like that, and then how you overcame it. Or maybe another of your problem may be not getting enough respondents or not getting the students to respond fast enough and so on, right? So how did you overcome this problem? How did you it's up to your group lah, right? To suggest and to work out this solution to overcome the problem. Okay. Projection is the same thing lah. What kind of problem do you may face, right, in the coming weeks? Maybe your interviews, you are not actually interviewing enough students to represent, to be a fair representation of the student population, right, regarding this problem. That can be one of the projection that you may face. So how did you plan to overcome them? Yeah, so you can put that as one of the as part of your report. Okay, this is how one student has written under waste management, the challenges. About 2 or 3 problems for each is enough. Getting response from respondent, report, and then how a short description, a few sentences on what is the problem about, and then how you overcome them. Okay, 1, 2, and hard to communicate with each other. This is another problem, and then in this paragraph to describe how you overcome them. Same thing for projection, many mistakes. This is not a very good word, but anyway, this was how it's written. And then time management can be another problem that you face and so on. Report not attractive. So you look at your project and see what problem you think you may face. Please do not follow what the seniors have written. This may not be a good example. So you discuss with your group. How do you present what kind of problems do you expect to face? It can be regarding your data, yeah. It can be regarding the quality of your data, right? So things like that. So discuss and read up, get some background reading to get more ideas on how to, what issues that researchers may face in their projects. Okay, so from there you get some ideas on how to write and how to overcome them. Okay, all right, now there's one more section is early results. Early results, basically you present your survey and it can be both survey and interview or survey or interview data collected so far. Present any interview or survey data collected so far. Okay, so this is where you present them in the form of diagrams, charts, tables with a brief description. Yeah. For how to present, what kind of charts and graphs to use, please refer to your textbook. I think it's under chapter 6. Chapter 6 is on document design, using diagrams, visuals to present your data, right, that you have received through the survey, especially. Survey data from the survey can be presented very clearly using charts and graphs and pie charts. Normally pie charts is the more popular one. Okay? You don't have to present all the data collected so far. Let's say your survey, you ask 10 questions, right? You can just present responses to maybe 4 questions, 3 questions, right? And then the interview, right? Maybe 2 or 3 of the questions that you have, your conducted interview, you want to present the answers for 2 or 3 of your interview questions. Then it's just early results. This has got early. It's not the complete results of your data collection. Okay. Right. Any visuals or charts must be labeled and captioned and used to illustrate. That means not substitute your text. So every visual that you show must be accompanied with a short paragraph to explain the information. Again, refer to your textbook. It's the same chapter, 228 to 232. Same chapter, chapter 6, I think. See how you present visuals in a report. Okay, now this is one example of a student's early results. Yeah, this is on the topic of skipping breakfast. So this is how they presented. Make sure they presented for each. This is a survey question. Now maybe they present question 5, right? So you present a few, like the title, each chart that you show, you must have a title. The title can be your survey question. Do you take breakfast every day? So this was the data you got, right? And please indicate now what you mean by what is this label. These are label. I think this is 15 students and this is how many? 40 students, or you can put in percentage, how many percentage, and what does blue means? Blue means they have taken breakfast, this one have not taken breakfast. So you label it, give a key, and then write a short paragraph to explain what this graph means, right? The pie chart of figure 7.3 shows there are only 15 respondents who take breakfast every day. So from here, from the data, it shows that this is a problem that yes, most students do not take breakfast. And so this is the data that prove your statement that students skip breakfast. It's a common practice and it is a problem in the campus, in UM, because this is information taken from your interview or your survey with UM students. Okay, so for each question you present the data in the form of either pie chart or graph, vertical graph or bar chart, right? Depends on the kind of data you receive. Yeah, even if pie chart also, please do not have the most also is 7. Let's say your options, you have several options, so many people answer this option, so not more than 7 divisions. Don't have too many 20 over sections in the pie chart, so it doesn't show clearly. In that case, you use a vertical bar chart. Or you can show your interview questions. We interview 7 students, right? And these are the data obtained. These are it's still early results, so maybe question 1, maybe just 2 or 3 questions, and these are the answers. When you can present your interview data in this form, right? Again, it's just early results, so just some interview question and some of the answers given. Of course, these are all this is not transcribed, right? It is, don't need to transcribe interview, just write out the key points of what each of the interviewee gave, right? The key points. Okay, for example, what do you know about recycle? This is how they answer. Okay. Okay, so with that, we have finished early results. So finally, references. References is where at the end of the report, remember the list of references? These are all the references that you have made that appear in your write-up earlier on. Most likely, most of them would appear in your background to the information and your causes and consequences. So this one refers back to the undermotivated staff. Remember this background reading that you have done, background to the problem, the section that you have written for this problem of undermotivated staff. So according to, like these are the references they made in text citation. So for each of these in-text citation made, for example, it's a Heath, Ezer, and Marriott. When this appears in your background to the problem or in your write-up, in your report, then you must have the reference Heath, Ezer, Marriott, the full citation in your reference list, right? Just like this is another one, another statement made, another information got from this source, Deci, 1980. So in your reference, whatever that appears in the in-text citation, it must appear, right, in your reference list. In your reference list, please list out your references in alphabetical order. No need to number 1, 2, 3, just alphabetical order, right? And this is another one, right? So it appears here, right, where the full citation is given, the name of the article, and so on. Kreisman in 202, so Kreisman, the full name, Kreisman, and then the full name here. I mean the first name, second name, family name, the year, and then the title of the article, right? So every, as you know, as it was mentioned earlier on in documentation, every citation made, they must have a corresponding full citation in the reference list. These are every citation you make correct, so that correct appears here. Okay. So make sure that your reference list don't come up with an impressive list of reference, right? 20 references, but when I look back at your report, I don't see any of those references made in your report writing. Okay, so make sure whatever that appears here, right, whenever that is a citation is given here in the full references, you must have made the references in your report. So I should be able to find it in your report, whether in the background to the problem. Most of it will appear in background to the problem. This is where you refer to other sources, right? Or it can be under causes and consequences. Yeah. All of it will be in your introduction. Okay, finally is your appendix. This is where you put up your interview questions and your questionnaire. Any relevant document. So in your case, it will be more of interview and survey questions. So it can appear like this, right? Your interview questions. Just list out. You have 5 questions. Just list out 5 questions. You don't show the answers here. Just the questions that you have posed to the at the interview. Yeah, and your survey questionnaire. You can also post it here. So these are just attachments. Any documents that's related to your research, and you have made use of. Okay, so that's it for this one. Progress report. So it's quite a extensive write-up, but it's still considered short report. So let me end. Any questions? Any questions regarding progress report? Please refer to it. I'm just putting it in PowerPoint slide. If you have recorded, you can refer to it. Otherwise, you refer to the guidelines. Let me close this first. Refer to the guidelines. Guidelines that Dr. Yeo will put it up, right, and inspect. Any questions regarding a progress report writing? Are you following? Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions? You may not, maybe some things may be a bit blurred now, but just go through it again once you receive the guidelines and go through. You're recording, right? You can go through the slides again. Now, as you start writing, then you will know what is being referred to here. Yeah. So, okay, I'll do one more very quickly, will be the presentation. Don't forget, you will need to do a group presentation of your progress report in week 10. You present first in week 10, and then you submit the report in week 11 after the feedback has been given. Yeah. So now I'm also I will go through very quickly how do you present your report. Now, so it has to be done online. It will be done using this platform. Okay, so each group I will take turns to present, but one by one, right? Each member will take a few minutes and present sections of your of your report. Yeah, and that's where you need to switch on your camera. The group that's presenting, you switch on your camera, you present. Yeah. So let me go to the next slide. The guidelines on how it should be done. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you the presentation guidelines. Presentation. Okay. Right, are you here with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, something went wrong. Right, I'll do the presentation now quickly. Hi, are you with me? Can you hear me? Can you see the slide?
Yes, we can see.
Can okay. Let me know if you can. Sorry, can Okay, so your presentation guidelines. Your presentation is in week 10, weightage is 10%, yeah? And the guidelines are all written in the handout, right? We should be up in Spectrum soon, but I'm just going through it very quickly to the PowerPoint slides so you have an idea what you are expected to do, yeah? Verbally report to the purpose of the presentation is to verbally report the progress, that means the content of your progress report, right? From the progress report, you present it, right? Okay, time allocation. All members are involved. Each member will present one section of the report. You know, just now you have 9 sections, right? But you don't have to present the up to 7 sections, up to early results. So you divide among yourself who present what section. Each speaks to 4 to 5 minutes, right? So the whole presentation will take about 20 to 25 minutes, right? It depends on who you are, how many people in your group. Okay, time allocation. Okay, the content is, of course, will be the content of your progress report. So this will be the content of your presentation. So you got to present the introduction, the data collection, the work allocation, work completed, work schedule, your challenges, projections, and your early results. So all this should come out in your presentation. So you divide among your 4 to 5 members who present one section, which section, and then you take turns and present according to this, in this order. Yeah. Okay, these are the considerations. Of course, when you present, you're presenting online, you use PowerPoint slides to help you in your presentation. To read up more on how to present using PowerPoint slides, I'm sure you're already familiar with that, but you can still refer to your textbook chapter 10. Yeah. Please, for PowerPoint slides, show only keywords or important information. You should know that, right? Please do not paste the whole text onto your PowerPoint slide and then just read from that. That is not presentation. Yeah, that's called reading. So please show keywords and then you explain and elaborate in your presentation. Okay. Keep your number of slides no more than 15 slides, please. Right, 15 or less. And note this: you need to email them to me 1 day before the presentation. 1 day before presentation is enough. So no more than 15 slides. Yeah. Okay, this is also referred to chapter 10 on how to deliver presentation, how to do oral presentation, right? The tips and so on are all in chapter 10 in these pages, right? 392 to 394. 389 to 392 is just focus on PowerPoint slides. So you're going to read that up. Avoid reading from text from the report or avoid reading from the script also, right? More consideration, please remember you're presenting online, so speak loudly, clearly with at least half of your body visible on camera. So at least half. You can present sitting down, but make sure that because you need to show your body language and gestures as well, because marks are allocated for that, right? With part and parcel of presentation, including eye contact and so on. You know how to get eye contact, isn't it? Online, you look into the camera. Find a quiet spot with good lighting, uncluttered background. Okay, so you're presenting from your wherever you are in your home. So make sure it's quiet during that time when you're presenting. Yeah. You can refer to your slides or notes, but be sure to maintain eye contact with the camera. Yeah. So number your slides, refer to them clearly as you present them. But please do not show your slides on camera. Yeah. Because I need to see you, or your rest of your friends and all that need to see you on camera presenting, not your slide. Not like what I'm doing now. I'm teaching now. I'm showing you my slides, right? But when you present, it is you that you have to, that we are looking at and we are following, right? Or I am following you. So you when you refer to your slides, you use statements like table 1 shows that as shown on slide 2. Although you're not showing your slides, but I have your slides, so I have your slides on half my screen, and then you are presenting on the other half of the screen. So when you when you present, you need to refer to your slide. So please indicate it by stating as shown in slide 2 or the second bullet, so that when I can follow you, because you cannot click your slide, right? So I can follow you in your slides when you mention things, use statements like this, right? So as you present. Okay, very quickly for PowerPoint slides. How to make use of PowerPoint slides. Like I say, do not paste entire text onto the slide and then start reading from it. Do not paste your entire progress report page by page onto your slide. That's not the way to do PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, I'm sure you know that. Put only key points. Okay, this is an example. It's taken from your textbook, page 389 to 392, how to present using PowerPoint slides. So your first slide will be your introduction. In your introduction, we'll take your slide 1 and slide 2. Slide 1 will be where you write your title, right? The title of your project. In this case, this is presented by a speaker and her organization. So in your case, it will be your project title, right? Your assignment title, and then your name of your members, your members' name all written here. That'll be the first slide, right? Your second slide is still under introduction, but this is where you give an overview of all your key points, like how this person has done here. Okay, overview of your key points mentioned. Like for example, in this case, there are 4 key points, right? So give an overview first, a short description first, and then only you go to this introduction, then go to the body. The body will be, each slide will highlight 1 key point, first key point, second key point, third key point. As you can see, although the key point is here, but the details are also given in point form, not in complete sentences. Yeah. And you elaborate when you present. Yeah. Fourth key point, right? And then finally the conclusion. The conclusion, you give a summary of the key points. And this is call for action is because it's related to what she's presenting. So in your case, you just summarize and that's it. Yeah. I don't think there's a Q&A session. If there are, maybe somebody might want to ask some questions. Maybe I might want to answer some questions. So you do it at the conclusion there. All right. So how to present parts of formal presentations. When you present, of course, you start by introducing yourself. When you show your first slide, you introduce yourself, you introduce the team members, introduce the title, yeah, and then give a roadmap or outline or overview, right, of your key points, okay? And then this can be your text, example. My presentation today is on what, give the title, give the information, how long it will last, how many parts. First, this is an example of an oral presentation. It's not related to your progress report. It's an example of how you should present, give an oral presentation, right? Give a roadmap or outline. First, I will say this. Second, I will do this. Third, I will do this. And then finally, I will be, taking questions and so on. So give an overview. This is an overview, right? There are 3 points here. Give an overview of your presentation using the slide for overview. Okay, and then you go on to the body, right? The body, so remember the 4 key points. So it's just where you use transitional points to go from one point to the other. So in your case, there are a few of you presenting, right? So it's a good idea that when you finish, let's say you present the data collection. So after you have finished, you can introduce your next speaker. I say, I would like to introduce the next speaker, give the name, and she will be talking on challenges and projections, something like that. Maybe give a short introduction to the next speaker, so you can see there's a flow, right, in your group presentation. Yeah, try not to stand up, speak, and then just sit down. For instance, you introduce yourself, and then when you finish, you introduce the next speaker. Very briefly, 1-2 lines will do. Okay, and finally, of course, in the conclusion, right, is what's mentioned here. So, give an overview or summary, right, as a short conclusion will do. So be sure there is heading and introduction, body, and conclusion to your presentation. These are the key points. This like a checklist. It's found in your textbook. A checklist on what to look out for, what to pay attention to, what you should focus on, how you should prepare yourself to give an oral presentation. It's the normal stuff that I think you should be familiar with, your appearance, your eye contact, your voice, and so on. Yeah. So this is just a guideline, but later on, 1-2 weeks time, we will speak on the chapter. We will cover the chapter 8, I think, on successful presentation. We'll talk a little bit more on presentation after that. This is just more of guideline. I'm referring to lines on this. Okay. So that's it. That's it. Hello? Are you here? Any questions?
Yes, no question.
Madam, I have some question about the presentation. Just now I saw something. I think it's a slide is no more than 15 slides, right?
Yeah.
It's for we are presenting as a team or individual. The slide is for individual team.
Oh no! 15 slides for the whole team.
It's for whole team.
not one person, 15 slides, please. 15 slides is for the whole team, and then you share out the 15 slides. Okay?
All right. Understand.
Yeah, please don't. Each one 15 slides or 45 slides. Your entire project should be covered in 15 slides or less. And then you divide it among, for the presentation, you divide it among your 5 members. Maybe one person cover about 3 slides, something like that, or the sections lah, right? That you have divided among your members. Okay. All right. Good. Anything else? Any other questions? You're not clear? I close my slide here. I close it. Let's go back to the okay. Right, we're almost done now. So please remember, go to your for this guideline that you have covered just now under progress report and presentation. Like I said, Dr. Yeo will upload the guidelines in PDF form in your Spectrum. Okay, either one of these days, so be on the lookout and print it out. It's only 3 pages only. Print it out and refer to it closely together with your team, with your group. All right, and refer to it when you start writing your progress report and when you start preparing for your presentation. Okay. All right. One more thing that he will upload. In fact, next week I will be talking more about your test, because next week is week 7. Your test is on week 8. Okay. Please do not miss. Next week's class. In fact, you shouldn't be missing any class lah. Week 7 we will talk about your test guidelines. So you will also be doing your test online. Right, so there are guidelines to follow, how you should go about it. And I will be doing a sample test, some sample test questions with you next week. And in fact, Dr. Yeo will also put up the sample test questions on Spectrum, I think, by this week, so that we can discuss it next week. Yeah, because by then, after that, it's already your test. Okay, so keep all this. So like I said, you are going full steam ahead, this second half, so no time to relax already. Please make sure that your research, your project is you have already started. At least go and collect your data, and I hope that you will be able to receive your responses as soon as possible. Yeah. And of course, do your homework. The few questions that I mentioned just. Homework on memo writing, memo. I mentioned. Question 1C, question 2B. Oh, it's email writing. Sorry, it's not memo. Email writing is your homework is email writing, but no, don't have to worry about the salutation. So it's more of the message that you. Question 1, page 96 and 97. Yeah. Question 1C, 2B, question 5, and question 6. Okay? Got that? Do it as a practice in writing email or memo, and we will discuss it next week. But don't send, you don't have to send it to me to correct. Yeah, we will talk about it next week. But at least you would have done something, and then you can compare your answers. All right? All right, we are done now. Any other questions? Anything you want to ask? Otherwise, we will. Yeah.
Yeah, and about the project report, for the consequences and causes, right? I mean, how many will be the adequate citation?
Citation.
Yeah, I think we written like 3 or 4 paragraphs for that, and like having about 3 to 4 citations only.
Enough.
Yeah, enough. Okay, all right.
Costs and consequences, because in the guidelines just now, I think it's mentioned there is 3 to 5. Okay?
Yeah, it means 3 to 5 paragraphs with adequate citations. It doesn't state like how many citations. Yeah.
No. The 3 to 5 paragraphs is for background to the problem.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Background to the problem with at least 5 citations, right? For your courses, and consequences, is also just 3 to 5 courses, 3 to 5 consequences. And the citation is there's no but if whatever references you have made, then you cite the reference. There's no number there. But make sure that when the causes and consequences, you mentioned about 3 to 5 causes, 3 to 5 consequences.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? You can ask now, no need to type it out, so you won't need to go to the chat room. Or if you want to chat, also can you, maybe your mic is not clear or what? Any questions, anybody? I assume there's all quiet in the front line.
Sorry, madam.
Yeah.
About the appendices. We should include the interview question and also the Google form question. Is it?
Yeah.
Not
Appendices,
the answer. Is it?
No need to write the answers. That is your data. The answers are your data. Your data come out in the under early results. Some data only, no need all. No need all the data to all your questions. Just some questions with some data that come out in early results. Under Appendices, it is just questions only. Just attach or list down your interview question and your questionnaires.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Yeah, okay. This Amar, are you here? I see you here, but I don't know whether you're here. Muhammad Amar, are you here?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, you have not signed in your attendance. Have you signed in already?
Oh, not yet.
Go and sign in before they close it. Once the class over, it will close. Okay. Any other questions? I don't know whether you have already sent out. Have anybody received any responses yet? Those who have sent out your questionnaire. No, nobody.
Yeah, we done our question. We done our collection already.
You sent it out already, lah.
Already collect about 100 something respondent already.
Oh, that's very good. Okay, right. So you see, when you do it online, it can be very, very fast and very quickly done. And some more, the questions is a limit to about 10 questions enough. You don't ask too many questions. Okay, that's good. All right. So yeah, carry on and meet up with your members, and you can use the Teams platform here if you want to. Even after class hours, you can use that. And in fact, later on, you can practice your presentation on camera using the channel here, right? On this class, using the channel during other class, not during class time, right? You can meet up in the channels here. Anytime you can come in. That's one thing good about using Microsoft Teams. Anytime you can come in because your names are already in here, right? And you can practice presenting on camera, but that's later on. Okay, right. Any other questions? All good. I mean, so far so good lah. So far lah. So if no question, then we will end now. I will end now, right? You can leave now, and I'll see you next week lah. Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, madam.
See you next week. Please come back next week. We will be doing some test question. And please be on the lookout for the spectrum, yeah? Okay, bye-bye.